or brought, but, and I didn't think to get them burnt sooner, but this is simply quartered. This is your whole template right here, so it's no big deal. So if you want to, you can take your block of the months if it's blank and put this in one corner of it and just swoop this curve off and then take it home and duplicate it.
I can do that.
So, yeah.
You want me to pass it around?
Yeah, start it around. You can just do it right on you.
I'll just do it on the, is your block of the month blank on the back?
The block of the month isn't, but this is no way flying geese is.
Okay.
And here's some extras if anyone needs one.
What you do is simply cut your 4 pieces of fabric out. And we've got Bert's examples here. I've already got some pinned. The most crucial thing to realize on this is when you get them all laid out, you want to take and iron them in half. Just to mark this top portion right here and this bottom portion here. It's going to be very critical that you start and stop your seam at the same spot on all 4 pieces. That becomes very critical at this point here because it's got to form an X, basically. They've all got to meet at the same spot and have your seam come together so that it will fold correctly. Trust me, I have unsewn a lot of these as I would zip past it and then go, Urgh. So if you will iron it down the middle and then put a straight pin on that iron point so that you'll know where to stop and start your sewing at. So take 2 of them, put them right sides together. We've already done that. And Carol's going to sew it. So when you start sewing, you sew from your pin mark that you put around halfway on 2 pieces of fabric, right sides together. Okay? But make sure you only go to your pin. Start at your pin and stop at your pin. When you construct these, think of it as like pages of a book. And that will help you immensely in putting this together, because otherwise you're going to wind up with this ball-looking spear and go, what the heck have I done? But you're going to start and stop at the middle. Once you have those 2 right sides together, I deconstructed a bunch of them for you guys. So.
Y'all notice that Carol's on our new sewing machine that we got at Ruthie's last week. It belongs to the guild.
Yeah, Bert was like, yeah, you can test out our new machine. I'm like, great, I can't sew, and you're going to put me on the machine. It's just purring. Yeah. Mine sounds a lot richer. Maybe that's why the ladies only plus the top. So this is what you're going to have when you get to that point, stopping and starting at your center. That's the first step. This is step 1.
Well,
So you've turned it right side out now. Yeah,
no, it's still
wrong side
You
out.
can't miss that homespun stuff.
Oh, okay, you
You
can't
can't
tell.
tell front and back.
Again.
You sew it without sewing it.
Yeah.
yeah, I need glue.
She was just perforating the whole.
Pre-perforating. But this is what you're going to have. I'm glad it's not me behind the machine. So you'll have this, and this is homespun. And like I said, I don't know what I'm doing when I'm quilting, but I like the plaid that went with my kitchen. I hate the homespun stuff. I have learned don't ever use it again. That's why I didn't care about ripping them apart, because I probably won't put them back together. But it is still right sides together.
I like my machine, it threads my own needle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next step, as
Mine
Carol
too.
gets this going back here, next step you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to open this up like a book. I should have gotten fabric that you can actually see front side, right side, wrong side. This is the right side, and this is the right side. So you would take your next...
Oh, now you opened it up.
I did.
Help, who can see?
God, when it's blinding blind.
She can thread needles.
I get Carol because she sews so much. I just do. She just sit.
Because I go cha-ching and it goes.
That's what I do.
But you didn't give us that one. We had to
Thread yourself, but I still do it.
Well, it needs to be flipped.
Yeah.
And I was going to go there and ask
Yeah, that's what I said. I like the
Margaret. She was using that little thread that I bought, and she was
Fix it out of the way.
I can't get it there. And did you notice? I can't get. Did you notice that she was using it? She just zip and.
All right, so back to this.
So I was going to go up there and ask her to show me how she was doing it, and it got so many people up there. I couldn't get up there too.
So we've got this now, and it is still wrong sides out. Here's my rough seam. So you open it up like pages of a book. So now this is the right side. You would take, I didn't separate these, but you would take, pretend that it's the green piece I'm putting there. Right sides together again. Line up your center mark. If you have to pin it back together so that you're always stopping and starting at the same point. And then you would sew this to your next one.
To one of them,
To
one layer?
One layer. You're only doing,
So you gotta fold that back one
here,
back.
I'll use the other sample.
Do we have any snips? We keep getting that one little fuzzy. All right.
Okay, so this would be easier for you to see. So this was the first two pieces right side together sewn halfway. Open it up like a book. Put your next layer on there. Pin it at the top and bottom where your starts are. And then sew these just this way.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't do it.
So you have to fold that bottom one back out of the way.
Right, you would
and
fold
sew
this
those
out of the
two.
way. It's already sewn together. Okay, so this will be your next sewing from the center where you have your pin around to the bottom where you have your pin. Then you would take open it up like a book again. Take your fourth piece of fabric, line it up where your pin start and stops are, and then you're going to sew these. Works a lot better when they're actually sewed together. This flap together. Okay? Start and stop at the top and bottom like normal. Then you're going to be left with this. Okay? So here was the, it's a lot easier than it looks.
You write notes. I just sewed this one together like this, right? Stopped in the middle, fold it back. Now, you can pick up this, put it with this, and just sew it like she said, halfway point.
Start and stop at the same point. Okay?
Then you turn them, huh? Where do you turn them?
When you get the fourth piece done, okay, I've got this loose piece and I've got this loose piece. Right, because this was a book page, and this is when I started and I just kept folding the pages back. Okay, so now this was my last book page to flop, and I've got this.
And that was your first one?
This was my
on
first
the left
one.
was your first one?
Kind of weird demonstrating on my chest, but that's okay. So you would bring it together, make sure you start and stop at the same spot, but this time leave about that much room for turning. So you actually don't go all the way back down to the bottom, you leave about that much room for turning. Okay, so this is what it looked, I told you it's going to look like this big ball thing that you're going to look at it and go, there's no way that's a tablecloth or a placemat. This is about the width that I leave open here. Simply turn it inside out. It's a lot easier said than done. Okay. It's not that complicated. I hear people going, "I'll never do that." All right, so there it is. Then you can iron it flat and hand stitch this shut or machine stitch it shut. Now, homespun I hate. I've learned that. I'm sure you people already know that. But what some people do is they take, and once they iron it all flat, they'll take and run a top stitch right around this, right on the outside
Did you
edge
demo
of it.
this part here, sister, where now I have it, and all I have to do is just catch my
Okay, I'll do this so that they can
pieces
see
like
that.
that.
All right, this was the original piece she started with. Okay, she sewed the green turkey print to it, just like a book. Okay. Then she went to the other side. You can do it whatever order you want to. She sewed this other side together, which